TIFU by knowing nothing about computers. Obligatory 13 years ago. 14 meters. Got a state-of-the-art HP Mini 210 notebook laptop for Christmas this year. Running a brand new OS called Windows 7. A massive upgrade to the Windows XP I grew up with. I genuinely believed this was a top-of-the-line PC. My dad insisted this was the case. And I had no reason to doubt his wisdom. The specs for every computer I had in the past started with mega, and now computers are giga. Which means that they are factually 2 billion times better. One day, my good friend, 14 meters, came round early one morning and told me about this brand new concept of PC gaming. Apparently it's how people used to play games before consoles. We sat down side by side on this tiny laptop and eagerly downloaded an upon-coming gaming software called Steam, where you could buy video games digitally. Bro, where's the disc? Eventually, via copper wire broadband, the application downloads. We make an account and explore this candyland of video games. Some of these are classics. Some of these we've never heard of before, and they all look amazing. We were skint teenagers, so naturally our eyes endeavored to the sale page. And what do we behold? Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for only £5. And the offer ends today. After about 20 minutes back and forth of, bro, you need to get this, and bro, I need this, we decide to consult the elected head of my household. My mother. My mom is an anxious person, to say the least. You mix that with technology and it becomes something nuclear. This was the era of sunglasses wearing hackers and security infomercials, so when I asked for her to put her card details online, she shut that down harder and faster than the recent housing crisis. But alas, after scouring the website for loopholes, we found that there was one last method. The fabled Steam gift voucher. The quest had begun. We searched far and wide in all of the local shops you'd find in South Wales on a winter's day. The Co-op, the Spar, even a one-stop to no avail. We pulled out the big guns and walked to the local supermarket, but the general consensus is, what is a Steam and is it dangerous? Single quote. Almost defeated, we returned to the drawing board. We got technical. We're talking maps, graphs and charts, modern pioneers. And in our darkest moments we found hope. There was a game store in our local city. They had to have it right. The pressure was on. We were losing daylight and the kitchen clock was ticking louder than ever. We needed to move, and fast. We deciphered the hieroglyphs on the local bus stop and learned the ways of the modern bus commuter. We charmed the driver and he permitted us to board for a small fee. We journeyed to the legendary city of Newport, where dreams become a reality. Dazed and confused from the 15-minute commute, we stumbled from the station and hostility proceeded to the game store. We made it, only 30 minutes before closing time. We nervously approached the counter and made direct eye contact to the equally nervous cashier. Excuse me, do you happen to sell Steam gift cards? We stammered. Absolute silence. Not a good sign. The despair began to kick in. I'll have to check with someone else, retorted the steward of the game store. To our great fortune, another loyal lifetime employee popped his head round the shop door and belayed, PC gamers are we? Single quote. We didn't want to get into the intricacies of how we were merely dipping our toes into this niche underground community. Instead we smiled and aggressively nodded. To our great surprise, the smallest denomination of Steam vouchers was £10, which is like £100 to a late 2000s teenager. But we had come this far. We doubled down and made the transaction without hesitation. This was official business and we acted as such. We thanked the ambassador of the business and made it out of the store on wobbly legs. I looked down at my recent purchase in my clutched hand. What I held was power. Unlimited potential futures which I could shape and guide via willpower alone. The Steam voucher. We make a return journey. Barely able to contain our excitement. This was happening. Absolutely nothing could stop us now. We explode through the front door of my parents' house and attack my laptop as if we were angry at it. We furiously and frantically typed in the magic letters on the back of the card into the redemption wizard of Steam, and we watched the credit transform from £0 to £10 via the infinite power of WAP Internet. We buy the game. We did it. This software is in my possession and no one could ever take it from me again. We knew we had one last step to this journey. And that was to download this game on 100 kilobits per second internet. ETA 3 hours. But what even is time to a teenager when the day's endeavors have inflated our egos to a level not unlike the Beatles at the peak of their fame. We chill out, decompress, drink some non-alcoholic wine to celebrate. We've earned this. 8:30 p.m. It's time. We grab 2 chairs and form the obligatory, hunched huddle, over the laptop and hit the long-awaited launch button. We're getting splash screens. At this point we're beaming at each other. It's working. The game fades in and we get our first objective, get on a bicycle. I eagerly hit the W key, the standard for moving forward in a video game. From here the troubles become apparent. The main character lurches forward and then freezes. The motion continues, but roughly at the pace of 1 step per 6 seconds. The game is juddering all over the place. The audio is slowed and deep. Passing cars sound like the screams of a tortured demon. We make it to the bike and the animation becomes a slideshow. At this point it's been like 5 minutes and we come to the realization that this isn't going to happen. The laptop didn't have the graphical power. We talk over the day's events. And despair quickly turned to hilarity when we realized all the effort we put in to get here today. In truth, it was a lot of fun. And it was truly one of those days where the journey meant more than the destination. We still talk to this day. I consider him a good friend still, even if life has done that thing where we're all mixed in our personal lives and we don't really see each other much anymore. But I will treasure that friendship and the memories of that day forever. TLDR got a new laptop. Found game on sale. Spent a day's effort getting Steam credit and downloading a game for it not to run. Edit. Specified that it was a HP Mini 210, as you guys seem to be really invested in the technology here. Grin. HP 210. Intel Atom N451.66 GHz and Intel GMA 3150 graphics. I'm honestly surprised GTA saw even loaded up on that. Reminds me of when I was getting games from my friend in the 90s, putting them on 1.44 feet floppies. Like 12 of them. Walking home to the other side of town, then when installing on disk like 8 or 9 it would get CRC errors and not work and you had to start all over again. It's just like that one time I did that thing and then that happened. Fun story, but the timeline of this is so freaking weird to me. How is the UK so far behind? Describing PC gaming as a niche underground community that no one had heard of in 2010? WTF lol. GTA San Andreas? Love your writing style. Warms my soul to read a well-written, well-formatted, typo-free text. GIF. A tale of woe and misery. This was a great read. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I feel like everyone has been there. Switching from PlayStation, where you can play anything. I got a PC for $20 that could barely run Minecraft. I bought Days and spent so many hours trying to figure out why the game wouldn't launch. I had like 68 hours played of me trying to fix it. before I realized how computers work and I was past the refund point on Steam. 2 hours. Did you ever get to play GTA in the end? Didn't you have to do like a W and S alternating thing to get on that damned bike, Carl? I swear understanding PC specs was so hard before PC gaming became more mainstream. This sounds like the plot of a cartoon for real. I love this story so much. Sounds like you had a proper adventure. The magical powers of WAP Internet. Tears of joy. I downloaded The Sims on my mom's work laptop pirate copy, then bought all the expansion packs. That thing ran slower than slow. It struggled, fans blaring, barely got any gameplay. I remember my dad getting me the original Fear. It barely ran on our PC. My dad got a really nice for the time graphics card and it wouldn't fit into the Dell Slim Tower case. So that was a no-go too. Was unfortunate for the time. Ended up playing Fear on console eventually. This was me, but instead of a PC it was a Mac, and instead of 13 years ago it was last year. Steam and Mac iOS don't mix. A nice story of childhood gaming adventures. I hope someday you got a more powerful PC. Thanks for sharing. Good story. Well written. I enjoyed sharing the adventure with you and your friend. Thanks for sharing it. Nice AI generated novel.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.